The jungle was waking up. Mist curled like silk between towering trees, and morning light filtered through the leaves in soft, golden shafts. Birds chirped, frogs croaked, and the forest came alive with a low hum of life. In a clearing beside a muddy stream, a young deer bent down to drink. Its coat shimmered with dew, slender legs trembling slightly, ears twitching at every rustle. It had strayed from its herd, too far, and now stood alone, fragile, alert, and exposed. High above, perched silently on a thick branch, a massive silverback gorilla watched. He was old, scarred, and wise. His deep-set eyes missed nothing. He had no herd, no troop, just as part of the jungle, his silent kingdom. Suddenly, the grass moved. Not a breeze, not a monkey, but something slower, intentional. A ripple through the underbrush. The gorilla's brow furrowed. The deer sensed it too. She raised her head. Stillness. Her ears turned back, and then it struck. From the grass, a giant python lunged, its body thick as a log, jaws open wide, fangs flashing. It sank its teeth into the deer's hind leg, coiling in an instant. The deer cried out, a high, panic scream that tore through the jungle. She kicked wildly, collapsing into the mud as the snake tightened its grip. The python's coils rose and fell like breathing muscle, crushing, suffocating. Mud splashed. The deer's limbs thrashed. The gorilla stood up. For a moment, he didn't move, just stared. And then, without a sound, he dropped from the tree. The ground trembled when he landed. 20 feet away, the python paid no attention. It was focused, hungry. The gorilla charged. His feet slammed the dirt. His chest heaved. The forest went quiet as if it, too, was holding its breath. With one massive arm, the gorilla grabbed the python's tail and yanked. Hard, the python's body snapped backward. It uncoiled partially, hissing violently. The deer gasped, her ribs still tight, but she was alive. The snake turned, fangs bared. The gorilla didn't flinch. Instead, he roared. It wasn't loud, it was deep, like thunder rolling underground, a primal sound that echoed through trees and stone. The python struck again, fast as lightning, but the gorilla caught it midair. His hand closed around the snake's throat. Muscles tensed. The two titans locked eyes. For seconds, they didn't move, just wrestled in silence, mud and leaves swirling around them. Then the gorilla slammed the python down. Again and again, the forest shook. Finally, with one last heave, he hurled the snake into the underbrush. The python slithered away, dazed, defeated, its hunt ruined. Silence returned. The gorilla turned. The deer lay in the mud, chest rising fast. Her leg bled, shaking. She tried to stand, but fell. The gorilla approached slowly. She flinched, but he didn't touch her, just crouched beside her, his huge frame casting shade. She looked up, eyes wide, terrified, and he did something unexpected. He picked up a bunch of large leaves, dipped them in the stream, and placed them beside her wound. Gently, softly, not to heal, but to cool, to soothe. Minutes passed. She stopped trembling. Her breathing slowed. And then, using the nearby rocks, she stood, shaky, limping but standing. The gorilla stepped back. Their eyes met again. No fear, just wonder. And then, like mist retreating from sun, the deer turned and limped into the jungle. The gorilla stood alone once more. He looked up at the canopy, at the morning light cutting through green leaves. And then he sat back down on his branch, vanishing into the forest as quietly as he had come. The jungle moved on, but beneath the trees, in a place where life and death meet in silence, one life had been spared, because something wild had chosen not to look away.